Right guys, little update. I've been meaning to do a couple of features for you, but the camera that I had for Christmas, namely this unit by here, if you can see it, is, well, let's just say it hasn't been the best of experiences. It's a GoPro replica and I've had nothing but problems with trying to get 4K video off it. I've realised I can get 4K off my phone, so that's what I'm trying now to see how this goes. So, as far as the car goes, not a lot really has been going on. I've been quite busy elsewhere, but I have come in and done the odd little bits and pieces. Namely, the seat mounts are in. Little bushes welded in there, threaded mounts, and they've all been marked up, put in position and welded in place. A little plate has gone in the back but there. That's to mount an accessory box essentially, which will contain my battery, ECU, some electrics, and possibly my electric water pump that I'll be running. I've also had to change the position of the handbrake cables. As you can see now, they look in central there, either side there, where the cables would mount. For some reason, they've mounted it all the way over to the right hand side. Now, when you actually fit the handbrake into the middle of the car, the cable's then having to travel from the left hand side to the right at quite an angle, which doesn't really make them any good at all. So that's now been centralised with a new plate that I'm fitted and welded. Elsewhere, nothing much else has gone on. I've got a steering joint and column extension upstairs. I fitted it, trialled it. I had to make an adjustment to the column, but that's all done now, that's all ready. Nothing much else really needs to be done at the front. At the back though, I have had an issue. Engine there on a stand. I dry fitted it one night just to see how it sat, and it didn't sit very well at all. It was angling from the driver's side down the passenger side, and the gearbox was sat very close to this lower chassis member there. So what I've had to do, I spaced up initially the gearbox side, and I also had to trim down the driver's side mount as well. Now, in process of this, I discovered that other people have had issues with the alignment of the engine also, but not necessarily in a up and down way that way, but crossways in there. In doing so, I've checked this one and I am also suffering with the same problem. So the only way to alleviate it was to offset the gearbox mounting by about 20mm. Now I'm not going to do it by cutting all this off. I'm going to modify the mounting I got. I got a Vibrotechnics mount. I'm going to take it all apart. I'm going to get a new plate, top plate made up for the mount itself, which will do the raising for me and also offset the 20mm this way. Not the only issue I've had with fitting the engine. The manifold as well, which is why it's sat on there now, also has clearance issues with the rear crossbar there. The measured gap I have means I'm going to have to cut approximately 35mm off those headers. It can be done. There's about 35mm there, so that will be sat all the way in. There's plenty of space on that one. Also this one, and that one is a lot longer as well. The only issue I have is the angle of the one on that end, number 4 end. So there's some movement that's going to have to be made there, some bending I'd imagine. But anyway, little problems, that's what we're here for, that's what we're here to do. Hopefully I shall get something together which will show some of these jobs that I'm doing. Next thing though is going to be powder coating. You may notice some of the surface corrosion. It's not a lot, it's just a little bit in the garage where the moisture on my hands and everything, I've been crawling all over it. Some of it's good, you can see where hands haven't been, hasn't attacked it. But obviously where I've been working around certain things and I've been touching, it has caused the surface corrosion. So I'm getting quotes and prices for that at the moment. Hopefully next time I speak to you, I shall have sent it off, and perhaps then I'll even have a video of a collection of other powder coaters. So that's all for now. So briefly, don't get one of those cheap cameras. You might as well go out and get a decent GoPro if you can. If not, these phones are pretty good at the moment, I'm fair to say, and hopefully this 4K video will prove that. Thanks for now, and see you again.